I will read you. Thank you. I will read you something. This is a Herdaya Mudra, which is such a beautiful mudra, heart seal. It helps to keep the heart energy opened no matter what. And on this vulnerable day for so many people, for so many hearts, it seems, like a very beautiful mudra to offer as a place to just really keep that heart energy. I always say the heart, it doesn't break to shatter, it breaks to get wider, it breaks to get bigger. So, good morning. So you take your pointer finger and you place it at the base of your thumb. And then you bring your middle and ring to the top of your thumb, letting your pinky just extend. Should I do that again? So your pointer finger goes to the base of your thumb. The middle finger goes to the thumb. So does the ring finger, and the pinky extends. And then place that down onto your lap. Close your eyes. And begin to breathe in Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Breathe in peace. And breathe out peace. Gurudev Swami Satchidananda, he says to be happy, to be peaceful, to be useful. That is my religion. For I see God as peace. God is all peaceful. God is all serenity. And that peace is to be felt, is to be experienced within oneself. Without peace in the mind, we cannot bring peace into the world. Let me show you, some of you that just jumped in, I'll show you the mudra that I'm using today, or offering today. Your pointer finger goes to the base of your thumb. And then you take your middle finger and ring finger and bring to the top of the thumb, extending your pinky, and drop that onto your lap. And this mudra is the Herdaya Mudra. Point your finger to the base of the thumb, middle, and ring to the top. Both hands, yes. Pinky is extended, and dropping the hand down to your lap. Very interesting also that Swami Satchidananda, in his beautiful book, I have it here with me as well. Maybe it's in the back room, but this was written a long time ago, his book. And this is what he posted on September 11th, again, pre-September 11th. The question that came to him was that it seems that whenever things are very calm and tranquil, one can be sure that something. Let me do it again. It seems that whenever things are very calm and tranquil, one can be sure that some big turmoil will be happening at any moment. Will life always be like this? In moments of tranquility, must we keep our one eye open for the enemy that comes over the hill? Swami Satchidananda answers. He says, yes, it is better to watch for it, for life is always like that. It is in the quietness that the enemy comes to test how peaceful you are. If darkness comes, look for the light that follows. When the day comes, watch for the night that follows. And if you know that one will not be there without the other, then you won't get caught. If you know that one will not be there without the other, you will not get caught up in either. Absence of turmoil is not real peace. Real peace is when you rise above the turmoil and stay peaceful in the midst of it. So for just another moment, let your mantra be Shanti, 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 Shanti. Or if it's more comfortable for you, peace, 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 peace. And as you feel ready, bring your hands to your heart center. One time we'll chant the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Release your hands and open your eyes. Come forward onto your hands and knees, please. Then press back into child's pose. And begin breathing in and breathing out. The absence of turmoil is not peace. Peace is that which resides within ourselves. And so to celebrate peace, we must find and continue to activate that peace within ourselves. Come on up to your hands, knees, downward facing dog. And spread through your fingers and reach through your hands so you have that delicate lift of your wrists. You don't have to lift your wrists up, but feel that suction cup of the wrists lifting. So it sends the energy up through the forearms, moving through the armpits and bringing that sense of safety and protection to your back. You take the shoulder blades, you draw them together, and then you soften your skin. Beautiful, everybody. And then looking forward, walk or jump to the front of your mat. Turn your feet wide, come into squat for just a moment. Ganesha's birthday was yesterday, and just a feeling of resting in that first chakra energy. If that first chakra energy feels very disturbed, it's very hard to be at peace. Lie down on your back, hug your knees into your chest. And roll side to side for a moment. And then come into happy baby pose, reach for your insteps. Turn your feet wide. Squeeze your shins in. Let your low back feel this love, this press into your low back. And then take your right ankle on top of your left knee, right ankle on top of your left knee. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Flex both feet. Lift your chest up. Soften your rib cage down. Lift your chest up, soften your rib cage down. Then press your head back into the mat so you have that wonderful feeling of the neck muscles engaging. But softly, like there's an engagement that allows us not to cringe or overly grip. Good, now slide the right knee on top of the left knee. Squeeze your shins toward each other a lot. And then move your knees towards your belly and then away from your belly. Towards your belly and away from your belly. Go slow. The more that you can create that space of knowing who you are, drawing into that fire center, fighting can stop. Proving can stop. Good, draw in, stretch your legs up to the sky and let yourself float back into that happy baby pose. Once again, draw the knees quite wide, but hug the shins in. Press the low back to the floor, widen your chest, deep in your breath. Ankle to knee, second side. Drawing that left ankle on top of that right knee. Once again, flexing both feet. Just noticing, I tend to, when I do ankle to knee, that I kind of shift, I kind of turn. Try to be careful not to turn so you stay just square with those hips. Pressing your left knee away from you, your right knee towards you. Draw your navel in, lift your chest, soften your face. I always think of all the very powerful teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. The teachings on love, the teachings on surrender, the teachings on service. Go ahead and take your left knee on top of your right knee. Squeeze your shins toward each other. Try here not to hold your feet. Try to and then squeeze your shins toward each other here. Yeah, nice, morale. And then move your knees away and then toward and away and toward. And it's just so fascinating to me. And it's not fascinating. I guess that's not the right word because it's human existence, human experience. But it's really wonderful how many chapters, 18 chapters and, amazingly long verses in the Gita, just trying to say, be who you are in this lifetime with love. Go ahead and draw your legs back in, stretch your legs up to the sky. You're on your back. Hi, Cookie. And then stretch your leg, right leg down to the floor. Just let it hover there. Left leg straight up to the sky. Flex your feet. Draw the navel in. Press your shoulders to the floor. Draw that up and switch sides. Power up this navel center. Super strong, super strong, super strong. So it's that navel center that really gives us that fire of identity, of knowing. But not just the identity of, go ahead, bring both legs up to the sky and go wide to the letter V. And then slowly squeeze your legs back together. And do that 3 more times. Not just the power of identity is, I'm a teacher, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm this, that, and the other. No. The spark of what brought you into this world. That fire that catapulted you. Hug your knees into your chest when you're done. Into this lifetime. Now, if you have a block, I just had a moment where somebody would be like, I have one, but I don't want to get it. Put it between your shins. If you have a block, put it between your shins. If you don't, imagine that you have a block between your shins. That's great, Lisa. Yep. And then lie on your back. Lifting your feet off the floor. Lift your chest, navel in, head pressing down gently. And then press your legs to straight, skimming the floor. So bring your heels real close to the floor, but don't touch the floor. Squeeze the block and then bring those knees all the way back in. Pull in. Keep the knees bent when you pull in. And then press the legs straight, skim the floor. Don't touch it. Pull in. Do that 3 more times. Because 3 is my favorite number. And then once you finish that 3rd time, don't throw the block. Go ahead and place your feet back on the floor, knees bent, and you can place the block to the side of you if you had one. Just breathe for a moment here. So in all of these chapters and all of these verses on devotion, on how to fight the war, what war are we talking about? The war within ourselves. My favorite verse is 63, chapter 18, and it says, thus the knowledge that is more secret than all that is secret has been told to you by me. This is Krishna talking to Arjuna. Having reflected on this fully, now do as you please. So ultimately, it's up to us to live in peace. It's not somebody else's fault if we cannot find peace. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll all the way up to stand, standing forward bend. Let me see who can do that. One swoop. There you go, Veronica. Ah, you made that look so pretty, Miss Veronica. I didn't see everybody else because I was watching her, so I'm sure you all made it look pretty too. Okay, so have blocks if your hands don't touch the floor. Make sure your feet are about 2 fists width apart. And then inhale your left leg to the sky. Good. Now tuck your chin into your chest and pull your navel all the way up to meet your heart. Pull the navel up like crazy, but push your sit bones back and wide. Open your lower back, but pull your navel and you tuck your chin, pull in, as if your navel is going to come all the way up to your throat. And then keep that. Lift your head, look forward, and send the heart energy forward. You're still in that standing split, but the navel is still pulling in. And yes, do breathe. It's a good idea to breathe. Good. Spine is nice and long here. Tack that right hip crease back. Good. Lower that left leg down. Pause and feel. Bend your knees, reach your arms forward and up, chair. Hands on your thighs and cat-cow here. Move your spine and move your breath. Enjoy your mind and enjoy your breath, your body. Good. Inhale, reach those arms up for chair, rise up to stand, take a baby back, then reach up and back. Exhale, bow forward. Okay, take your right leg up behind you. Is that true? Right leg up. Point the toes to the floor. Again, making sure that your hands are on something. They're not just dangling in thin air. Tuck your chin into your chest and pull the navel up, 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 up. But notice that you need to widen your sit bones just a little so you don't over tuck your tailbone and over clench your butt. Pull that navel and really feel that sense of drawing in, drawing in. Tack that left hip crease back. Now keep that and look forward and extend your spine as long as it'll go. Extend your leg as long as it'll go. Keep those hips square. Don't lift that hip. And lower that foot down. Good. Inhale the arms out and up. Take a hold of your left wrist and pull to the right. Extend that side body like crazy. Push down through those legs. Take the tops of your thighs back so they don't pop forward. Come back to center and switch. Beautiful work, everybody. Come back to center. Hug your left knee into your chest. Good. Reach your arms up to the sky. Keep your navel drawn in and up. Press your sit bones back and wide. And then stretch that left leg back behind you for Virabhadrasana 3. Flying warrior. Pull that navel in. Squeeze those legs toward each other. Inhale, draw that left leg back in. Did you hold your breath the whole time? And release that leg down. I just want to know what your body inside of you thinks. You know, like, oh, here she goes again. Here he goes again, holding the breath for no reason at all. Okay, come on up. Try the other side. So right knee comes in. Pause for a moment. Draw that navel in, lift the chest, and reach those arms up to the sky. Push that right leg slowly back behind you. Take it slow. So it's almost like you're pulling the legs together at the same time you're pressing them apart. And you're all powered up, fired up in that navel center. Lean more, go more, go more. And come all the way back up. Beautiful. Sit back into chair. Nice job, Susie. Bow forward, exhale. Good. Take your left leg back behind you. Lower your knee to the mat, Anjaneyasana. Maybe a little blanket underneath your left knee. And deeply sink into that right thigh. So a nice low lunge here, arms to the sky. Nice, Roz. And then I want you to take a thigh stretch here. So your right leg is forward, and your left knee is on the mat. I want you to try to take a thigh stretch here. I want you to reach back for your left ankle and draw it in. Now, if that's not possible for you, stay in this low lunge without reaching for the thigh stretch. But if you can reach your left hand back for your left ankle, dig that knee down, pull it forward. Miss Katrin. And then inhale that right arm up, pull the armpit back, keep the right knee moving forward, pull your throat back. Nice, Meredith. Yep, Kathy, gorgeous. Nice, Heidi. Susan. All right, hands down to the floor, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank pose when you're ready. Squeeze those shins here, lift those thighs, lift your throat. Yeah, then move slightly past your wrists and lower all the way down to your belly. Rise up into cobra, lift your head, neck, and chest. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Press back, downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot forward, lower your right knee down to the mat. Inhale your arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Breathe in peace, breathe out peace. Really sweet, everybody. Nice, Diane. And then if you're ready, Linda, beautiful. Reach back for that right ankle. If that's not ready for you right now, leave that foot on the floor. Yeah, take that outer left armpit back. So as you reach that left arm up to the sky, reach that left armpit back, lean back. Nice, Kim. And then gently release, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly. Rise up into cobra. And then lower your forehead back down to the mat as you exhale. Reach back for your ankles. Pull that navel in. Stay here and breathe for a moment. When you feel ready, mindfully, slowly, start to rise up, lifting both halves of the body. If you cannot reach the ankles, maybe take your arms out in front of you. And lift your legs and lift your arms. Spread your toes. And then lower back down and press back into child's pose. To be happy, to be peaceful, to be useful is my religion. I see God as peace, Goddess as peace. That peace is to be felt, to be experienced within oneself. Without peace in the mind, we cannot bring peace into the world outside of us. In child's pose, begin to breathe into that back body and walking your upper body to the right side of your mat. Stretching that left side body. And walk to the left side of your mat. Breathe in and out through the heart center, flowing love, flowing peace, flowing. It sometimes can be difficult when there's judgment, anger. Come on back to center. Come onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. And inhaling that right leg back and up behind you, down dog split. Just feeling that split again, maybe tucking your chin into your chest and really curling that navel in, pulling that powerhouse of that fire center in and up. So he says that that kind of is that fire that comes all the way up to the heart to tend to the heart. And then look forward, stepping your right foot forward, soft landing. Open up to Virabhadrasana 2, second warrior. Beautiful. And drop your right forearm onto your right thigh, left arm over your ear, or bring your hand down to the floor, whatever gives you the most space in that side ribs, those right side ribs. Extend that left arm nice and long as it'll go. And then inhale up, try to keep that right knee bent. Inhale back to Vira 2, and then slide that left arm down that left leg. Take that right arm up and back. Nice, Diane. Yeah, Katrin, beautiful. Meredith. And then straighten that front leg, pause for a moment, and then reach for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Super beautiful. Bend your right knee, slide forward into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Maybe reach back for that ankle. But again, that idea of pulling that navel in, and I'm overemphasizing pulling it in, and then opening up the chest. Spread those toes, nice, Heidi. Beautiful, Susan. And then step back, downward facing dog. Now take it through vinyasa of choice or none at all, completely up to you. You can rest in child's pose or move through any form of vinyasa. Once you arrive in downward facing dog, inhale your left leg back and up behind you and stay here for a breath. Maybe tuck your chin into your chest and pull through that navel center, extend through that spine. And then as you look forward, softly step your left foot forward, open Virabhadrasana 2, second warrior. Find that sense of drawing deep into your thigh, but also lifting that side body as long as it'll go. And I always think to myself, can I get my front spine to grow even longer here? Good, slide your left forearm onto your left thigh, right arm over your ear, and or left hand to the floor. Good, try to keep that left thigh bent, that left knee bent. Inhale back to Vira 2, sliding your right arm down your right leg, taking your left arm up and back. Straightening that left leg, pause here, get long, 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 really nice, yes, and reach for triangle pose, beautiful. Yeah, shoulders back, throat back. Gorgeous. Bending that front knee and moving forward into half moon, sliding that left hand forward, reaching that right leg to the sky. Squeeze those legs together. Maybe reach back for that ankle if that feels good to you. Half moon pose. And as you feel ready, step back, downward facing dog. Take it through vinyasa of choice or none at all. Beautiful. Walk or jump to the front of the mat. Standing forward bend. Open up your mouth, relax your jaw here. And place your hands on your hips, press down through your legs, rise up to stand. Let your arms drop alongside the body, close your eyes and breathe deeply in and out. As you're ready, let your eyes float open, bringing your left knee into your chest again for tree pose. Left foot can either go inside your right inner thigh or below your knee, above or below, or posting on the floor is amazing. And then here, any arm position that gets you to grow as long as you can, so you're reaching sky energy and rooting earth energy at the same time. Good. Take your left knee on top of your right knee, Garudasana. And right elbow on top of the left, squeezing the elbow on top and lowering the elbows down to meet the knees, sitting deep into that chair position with the left knee on top of the right knee. Good. With breath, inhale the arms up and replace both feet to the floor. Good. Let's try the other side. So we're first going to start in tree pose. So drawing the right knee up into your chest. And placing that foot. Again, the placement is above or below the knee. Using the shin to draw in, making sure that you don't worry about the knee being back far, right? You want to make sure the hips are square. So if that knee is slightly forward, that's fine. See what the information is between that foot and that leg pressing into each other. Arm position of choice to get longer. And then wrap the right knee on top of the left knee, left elbow on top of the right. So you're in Garudasana, the eagle, the vision, the great big vision. There will always be war and always be darkness. Fly away, take the arms out and up. And replace the feet. Beautiful, everybody. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, bow forward. Step back to plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly and stay. Turn your cheek to the side. This is why these teachings are timeless. Like the teachings of Swami Satchidananda way before September 11th happened. He was writing about the enemy and peace. And the same thing in the Gita. These are timeless teachings. Devotion. What is it that your mind keeps returning to again and again? Service of humanity. Value. Where you hold value. And the yoga of liberation. So the yoga of liberation is going to be the same thing that it was way back when. To liberate the mind. So let's reach back for those ankles again. And this time I want to see if you can actually, and we have plenty of room in the studio for them to do it here too, holding the ankles, see if you can roll to your right side and roll all the way over until you roll onto your heels and you're in bridge pose. So you can roll all the way over and come into bridge pose. All the way over. Go, 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 go. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Yep. And then once you roll over into bridge, now you got to roll back onto your belly. Now roll back. Try not to let go of your ankles if you have your ankles.
I guess it's doable.
It is doable. And then try it like this, right? Because not all of us can hold our ankles. Put your legs back down. Move anything that's right next to you. So if you have a block right next to you, move it. And then bring your arms alongside the body and all the way alongside. So touching your side body. Yeah. And then try to roll over onto your back. So try to just flip over onto your back without having your hands help you. Veronica, you're such a superstar. Don't let your arms help you. And then roll all the way back onto your belly. Don't let your hand, I can see you. Don't let your hands help you.
You're right.
And try to roll the other side now. Roll to the other side. Sorry. And come all the way back onto your belly. And then make a little pillow with your hands and rest. Why did we just do that? Using that whole body awareness. Beautiful and brilliant, everybody. Just rest here for a moment. Yoga of liberation. Vision of the cosmic form. It's all in the Gita. What does this universe look like when it's not in just these bodies? What is the freedom that we gain through meditation and through connecting with this cosmic universe? Okay. In the most sweet and graceful way, turn over onto your back. You don't have to flip. Turn over onto your back. Bend your knees, plant your feet. And then you can come into robot arms so that you press your shoulders slightly up towards your ears and then down to the floor. Lift your chest, soften your ribs. Push your head back and then elongate through your neck. And then lift your hips up to the sky. So here, bring your elbows in a little closer. Yeah, there you go. And feel the energy of drawing your ankles back. Don't move them. Just feel the energetic pull of your ankles back towards your hands or your back, your low back. And then press your hips towards your knees, so get long. And then slowly lower back down. Now we've done a couple of different back bends here. To give you a little yogi's choice. You can go into full wheel. So place your hands by your ears. Prepare to come up into full wheel. Or you can come into camel. I know some of you here love camel pose. Or just stay in bridge, or even putting a block underneath your sacrum is lovely. Nice, Diane. Yep. Nice, Veronica. Katrin, Kim, beautiful. Yep. Nice, Kathy. Good. If you're in camel, for sure, come on out. Come into child's pose. Nice, Susan. If you're in bridge, you can come on down when you're ready. If you're on a block, you can stay right there. And if you're in full wheel, you come down, take a rest. Good. And then everybody remove the block, remove any Extras, hug your knees into your chest. And then release your left leg back down to the floor. Take your right leg straight up to the sky. Hold at the back of the thigh. Press the thigh into your hands. Press your left thigh down into the floor. Heel stays on the floor. Left leg is straight if you can. Right leg is up. Left leg is down. Kim, can you see what happened? Your right leg is up. You're lying on your back.
Yeah, there's something going on with my camera here, but I can hear you and I will look at.
Okay, great. Good. Hugging your right knee into your chest. And then keep your left leg on the floor. Hitch your hips slightly over to the right and take your right knee over to the left for spinal twist. Stretch that right arm out. Get that shoulder stretch as well. And if you'd like to, you can bend your left knee and reach your right hand down for your left ankle. It's one of my favorites. So you're in a spinal twist, but you're doing a thigh stretch as well. You're breathing deeply. There's nothing that takes place in this universe that isn't to wake us up. And not to wake us up to become the worst version of ourselves, but wake us up to become the best version of ourselves. So whatever it is that this day brings for you, can you find a way, as you always do, to bring more beauty into the world because of it? Come on back to center. Stretch yourself back, straight legs, and then hug your left knee into your chest and take that left leg straight up to the sky. Reach that right leg down to the floor so you feel your right thigh anchor. You lift your chest, you lengthen your neck. Beautiful, everybody. You draw that knee back into your chest, hitch your hips slightly more to the left, let your left knee come to the right spinal twist. And again, if you want to reach your left hand down for your right ankle, the very energetically calming effect that this pose has. Beautiful, everybody. As you release, hug both knees into your chest, draw your nose up to meet your knees, squeeze in. And then lower your head back down and roll up to sit. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop wide. Inch your hips back so your sit bones press back and wide. And then come forward any amount. Baddha Konasana. And a beautiful place to really encourage breath at your low, middle, however you want to stay is fine. That's fine. Low, middle back. Encourage the groins to release just a little bit more. Can be as simple as drawing a little longer exhale to return to that place of equanimity. It can be as simple as watching your emotions as they rise and fall. Not negating them because they're there for a purpose as well. Our dark spaces are there as well as our light. Good, and then as you start to rise up, take a hold of your big toes and lift your feet off the floor, leaning back. And then stretch your legs out to a wide V. Bring your chest even further forward, like you're pulling your chest through your thighs. And then squeeze your legs back toward each other, and then reach your arms alongside your legs for boat pose. Now lower almost down to your mat. Be careful if you're close to a wall behind you. Come to that almost where you're just hovering, and then pull yourself all the way back up into boat. Good, lower your feet down to the floor, bring your hands behind you, fingertips pointing toward your butt. Your butt stays on the floor. You bend your elbows, you tuck your navel deep into your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. Pull your shoulders back, and then lift your heart, press your arms just straight, lift your legs back up, boat pose, and take your arms back alongside the body. Stay there. Don't get slouchy. Good. And then go ahead and replace your feet down to the floor. Gorgeous. Come to a cross-legged position. Good. Roll over your knees, come into downward facing dog, no arguing. There's a certain point where you begin to argue down dog that it's not a good idea. I know. But we've been playing with headstand and forearm balance. And if you don't like that, I'm really sorry, but it's good for you. So take your elbows down to your underneath your shoulders, elbows down to the floor. Clasp your hands together. Squeeze your forearms in toward each other. Look up towards your hands. Even notice here, if I look up toward my hands, does my navel, do I lose my navel drawing in? And if you do, tuck your chin into your chest and pull your navel back in. And then keep that power and look forward, inhaling your right leg to the sky. Bring your right heel to your butt. Try to have your heel kick toward the back of your head. Keep your rib cage lifted and your navel pulled in. Lower that leg back down and switch sides. Remember, there's a tension that starts to build in your shoulders, to see if you can engage without creating that tension. And then lower both legs down and come back into child's pose. I'm going to give you an opportunity to go into headstand here if you have a wall nearby or no wall. Feel free to bring yourself over, and remember, when you're pressing your head into the floor, you're making sure the head presses so the neck stays nice and long. Another way to do it, which is more difficult to kick up with your head lifted, but you can always press your head down to the floor and then try to lift your head off the floor, which really begins to show you how to work the forearms. And if none of that is of interest to you, you can feel free to put your legs up the wall. Remember, if you're clasping your hands together, the point of holding your hands and clasping your hands together is pulling your forearms toward each other. So the wrists, the top of the wrist and the bottom of the wrist, they're in the same line. So often when we're clasping our hands together, we'll see the top of the wrist fold in. And again, you can always be in downward facing dog here and just working with your elbows on the floor and play with that, not even kicking your feet up to the sky. Just walk your hands back more if you're doing the tripod, even more. back, back, back the other way. Yes, yes. And then try. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, for sure. If you prefer to tripod headstand, where that you have your head at the top of a triangle and your hands are at the bottom of a triangle, that works well too. Funny.
There was nothing graceful about that.
No, that dismount was a little loud. All right. And it looks like most of you have come back down. So I would like all of you to find a wall to slide your legs up the wall. Take a little Viparita Karani. I don't always give that as a must do, but for today, in celebration of you, the founder of peace, which is you, and the actor of peace, which is you, the writer of peace, which is you, all the roles that you play. So if you're giving yourself the idea that peace is the way, then you have to also give your body the peace it deserves, the relaxation, the rest. So we'll just take a couple of moments here, breathing deeply. It seems that whenever things are very calm and tranquil, one can be sure some big turmoil will be happening at any moment. Will life always be like that? In moments of tranquility, must we always keep one eye watching for the enemy to come over the hill? Swami Satchidananda, he replies, yes, it's better to watch for it, for life is always like that. It is in the quietness that the enemy comes to test how peaceful we are. If darkness comes, look for the light that follows. And when the day comes, watch for the night that follows. And if you know that one will not be there without the other, then you won't get caught up in either. Absence of turmoil is not real peace. Real peace is when you rise above the turmoil and stay peaceful in the midst of it. It doesn't mean don't do and act as you can to create a world that you wish to live in. But it does mean watch how angry the mind gets and how quickly it loses its peace. And see that the answers to how to bring more peace in the world come when the mind is more peaceful. If this seems like a super happy place to stay, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, begin to bring yourself back up to sit, and we'll finish with just a couple of forward bends. Rising up, just stretch your legs back out in front of you. Maybe sitting up on a blanket. Sliding your right knee in towards your chest for Janu Shirshasana. Letting your right knee fall out to the side, twisting gently to that left leg and bowing over it. Letting that knee fall out to the side. There you go. Remember to pull your spine as long as you can. Sense of connecting down into your seat for support and then lengthening. And it really is always a good idea to pull that navel in, drawing it up, but then pressing your thighs wide. Such a beautiful combination there. Inhale, slowly come one up. Pause and just feel for a moment. And then switching legs, please. And take your time, that little twist over that extended leg. Drawing up with the navel, widening through the seat, extending through the heart. Spend a day in silence. When you do that, of course, let anybody in your family know that you're doing it. And when you do that, you give yourself the opportunity to really hear things come up for you. And the silence always will percolate up things that we have been ignoring or distracted by. Inhale, come on up, stretch your legs nice and wide. Big, wide open V. And walk it forward any amount. Set up your own retreat in your own home. Or come with us on retreat coming up the next 2 weeks. We have more space left. We'd love to have you with us. But finding that peaceful retreat. And then slowly coming back up. Very nice. We're going to end with Agni Stambasana. So it's either right shin on top of left shin, flexing your feet, or right shin in front of left shin, flexing your right foot and left foot. So it's called fire log. So as you can see Veronica doing, you're just stacking one shin on top of the other. For some of this, our hips don't like this, and our knee is very high. So in that case, it might make more sense to bring your right shin in front of your left shin, pull your toes back, and then walk yourself forward. So those of us that have tighter hips, this feels really good with the shin in front as well. Make sure you pull those toes back and then walk forward. Walking yourself back up, change legs, other shin on top or other shin in front. Remembering that forward bends promote great tranquility. It's adorable, Heidi. You were the bird. Heidi has a bird on her shoulder as she's doing a forward bend. Good. Come all the way back up. And if you need to, you can stretch out your legs for a moment. We're going to sit in meditation, bringing that mudra back. So the mudra, Herdaya Mudra, again, is pointer finger comes to the base of your thumb, middle and ring come to the top of your thumb, releasing your pinky out. Pointer comes to the base, and curl the middle and the ring onto the thumb, pinky stays extended. Place that on your lap. Close your eyes. Rejuvenates the heart. Releases accumulated stress and emotions, regulates blood pressure and heart rate, reduces anxiety, widens the space of the heart. Allows you to take in, and release out. Just a couple of moments here, silent meditation. You can stay here or come to lie down on your back for Shavasana. Ever so gently begin to deepen your breath. Let your body begin to stretch and yawn in any way that serves you well. If you're lying on your back, roll to your right side, come on up to sit. Bring your hands to your heart center. We'll chant Om Shanti 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 together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace. Setting your hands to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Lisa Battinelli, can I just talk to you for 1 second? Do you have a second?